Okay guys, so today we'll be designing upcase letters. So I looked all over YouTube, I could not find anybody who did this. We're gonna take my uppercase letters into account. It's still red. So A, uppercase looks like that, and lowercase looks like this. And uppercase looks like this. Where does the upcase go?
McDonald's?
McDonald's? Catty McDonald's. Anywho, so upcase is after uppercase. It goes uppercase, uppercase, middle case, lowercase, lowest case. Came up with this. Give the little triangle on top of the A a rounded thing. So like you draw it like this. Which it still looks like an A. For upcase B, it came up with shrinking the top little bubble and like detaching it. So it looks like that. It's a bad example. Looks like that. So you could draw like. So yeah, that's the upcase B. And then for C, came up with that. Cutting off the top a little bit. It's like less curved. And we put a line right here. Actually, if you just fill that in, it's the E. But for D, I came up with flattening the top. For E, shh. I really like the uppercase E. Deleting this middle line and putting it on the top, but curved. How that looks is like this. Still kind of resembles E, because if you curve or make these unsharp, it's just a lowercase E. I like that one. And then for F, I came up with, so we put the second line like piercing through. And then for G, I came up with this. So this was the uppercase. And then for the upcase, came up with kind of bringing this arm like down, so it like falls. It kind of looks like an upside down lowercase E. Yeah. For H, came up with cutting the like top lines and then adding an arch in the middle. So it's like this. And then for I, came up with like cutting the top line in half and then adding the other half on top. It kind of looks like a perpendicular symbol. So it looks like a perpendicular symbol with a equal sign on top. Foreshadowing. Then for J, we do the same thing with I and cut the top line. We cut top line in half and add the smaller line. And then for K, and then I can't write a third K. So I guess I'm just gonna write it elsewhere. So I thought of the K with this top little leg. End of it's cut off and there's a dash. The uppercase L is kind of a disaster. For this case, I came up with slicing off a piece of the bottom line and adding a vertical dash. And then for M, I came up with like flattening, or no, curving the, okay, this is supposed to be like sharp, like, so what I did was, like I said, so I curved the, that line, and I feel like it works. And then for N, I came up with, what was the uppercase N again? So, I came up with flipping the uppercase N. Trust me, it'll make sense later. O, I came up with, taking like a little bite out of the side, like it's an apple. Like instead of that, as like that. That does not resemble O at all, but still works. For P, came up with basically doing the Patreon logo and moving the bump off of the line and just putting it there. Still resembles P. I really like that, actually. Q, I came up with, why are you making fun of that? Cutting off the part where it intersects inside. So I consider that, it'll just be magnifying glass. And then for R, I came up with, what? So see like this piece right here? We slice it off and then just like leave it there. Kind of like a one with a curved top and then flipped, and then a flipped 7. And then for S, I came up with flattening the top. So like instead of all curved, just flatten the top. And now it looks exactly like a 5, but we already had that problem with uppercase. Well, in the like the stupid areas, people write I like that, and people write 1 like that. So it's not really of my concern. For T, I came up with this for T. Flipping the uppercase T upside down. And yeah, that's why earlier in the video I said, like in the I segment, I said, oh, like, it's a perpendicular sign with the equals on top. I said foreshadowing. Because yeah, that's upcase T. Yeah, I like it. I feel like T has a good progression to eventually lowest case. I came up with kind of like you took a pair of scissors and you cut the U like right here, and it became that. Like the scissors like and it became that. Yeah, that's kind of the upcase U. I feel like the gap should be a little bigger. Like that, yeah. And then for V, I came up with TUV. I came up with cutting. Nope, not cutting. So, what was uppercase V again? I put like this inside. W just... Yeah. I came up with cutting off the little bottom right there. And then it became like this. And then adding a like minuscule like copy of it in the bottom. Right there. And then for W, the reason I didn't do it at the same time as V, that's not what a W looks like, is because it was kind of different than the other thing. So it was kind of different. We added, why is this on this side? So we added we like split it in the middle. We added a dash here. So it looks like that, and then a dash. Yeah. So for X, I feel like the uppercase was too much. Having like all these little squares. xxx.com. So I thought of cutting it in the middle exactly and adding a dash. It looks like that. And then for Y, like why? Not as in like the letter, like the question. You took a pair of scissors and cut it right here. So it looks like that. So it kind of looks like a stick with a V coming out of it. Z. So if you remember from like 12 hours ago when I uploaded the uppercase letters video, uppercase Z was a lightning bolt. And what did I do for upcase is the question. I kind of like cut the bottom line. So yeah, that's upcase, and that's it for the upcase letters. So now, what would these letters be used for in like society? Like, when would you ever use them? Like, are they just pointless? No. So the point of them is to end the first word in a sentence. Like, let's say I'm starting a sentence with today. So I write today. And guess what, idiot? This needs to be upcase Y. So we change it. Voila. Okay. Look at that. That does not look like Y at all.